lettuce. We have a few leaves starting to turn, but it's just starting. Here in the mountains of southeast Tennessee, it's absolutely beautiful in the fall. The reason for this little introductory is that today I decided that I would go ahead and use my GoPro instead of my iPhone for recording this video. The problem is I discovered once I did the playback of the planting and the layout of my new lettuce that's to be grown indoors, I discovered I had a rattle. Hopefully it's just from the case that I use on my little GoPro and it won't happen again. But there are some things that I do need to add to that video. One, you may be asking once you watch it, where did the holes come from in the dish pans? And where the dish pans come from. First of all, the dish pans are from the Dollar Tree, so it was a total investment of $12 for the dish pans. The holes in the dish pans were put there by me. What I did was I went ahead and used a soldering iron to burn holes in it. You can actually do holes using a nail, but I found with plastics I prefer to burn holes if possible. And on the lights that I'm using, I purchased those from Amazon, and there will be a link in the description of the video as to what lights they are. So far I'm pleased with them, but it's just day one. I don't really know how well they're going to help me to grow these lettuce plants. So sorry for all the noise on the video, but I had a choice of redoing it by dumping everything out and starting over, or just going, sorry for the noise. So I do apologize, and if y'all have any more comments, just leave them down below. Thank you so much. 2021, and this is going to be my new winter lettuce garden. At least I hope this experiment is going to work. Fastened to the bottoms of 2 racks, I have 3 LED full spectrum light strips, and those will provide the light for the lettuce and other greens. I'll be growing with using some Dollar Tree plastic tubs. I put wooden strips in them. Half of them have no holes in them. These will be the upper layer. They have holes in them so that it can drain into the lower layer, and the wood strips will keep it from getting totally wet at the bottom of the top pan. If I turn on the light, you can see I may have to reduce the lights. It's a little bit bright, and I don't think I'll be lacking in light for these. But this is the basic setup. The upper pan will be filled within like about 1 inch from the top with dirt. And it's actually a potting mix that I bought at the local Ace Hardware. I'd ordered some off Amazon. It didn't come. The folks at Amazon were very nice about giving me a refund. Somewhere between here and Mississippi, my potting mix got lost. So I had to go with alternate plan A. For right now, in order to keep the water from going from one layer to another, I'm just temporarily using some repurposed chicken feed bags. You use what you got sometimes. I'm sure I'll come up with a better idea, but for right now, this is how I'm getting started. This is the soil that I'll be using for growing my lettuce. As I said, I purchased it at the local Ace Hardware. They call it Pro Mix. It has mycorrhizal. It's general purpose usage general. It does not say organic on it. I'll show you what the back says. This is what's in this potting mix. It does say that it can be used for ornamental species, fruit crops, and most vegetables. It gives directions on the bag. This is a 60-pound bag. I have no doubt I'm not going to be using the whole bag, but it turned out with coupons that I had from Ace, turned out to be about the same price as what I had ordered from Amazon. This does have Canadian sphagnum peat moss in it. I know that's a controversial thing. A lot of people say, well, you should go with coco coir, but actually what I ordered from Amazon was coco coir, but since it didn't show up, I went with the second best here. So I filled up my tubs with the dirt, and I've moistened them some. What I'm going to be doing is transplanting some very small seedlings that I already have planted out in the greenhouse. This is my high-tech watery that I use. It's also known as a large V8 juice bottle with holes drilled in the lid. I don't know if you can see, but I drill the holes and use that for my waterer for most of my plants where I just don't want to disturb the soil much. Moved out to the greenhouse. This is where my seedlings are. As you can see, I have weed seeds in the soil that I used, so I'll be having to work around that. These are my lettuces and arugula up here on the top. I also have some seedlings down here that I'll be moving, maybe some to these indoor bins, but also to my green stalks. I have 3 different green stalk towers that I dearly love. I've got Ragged Jack or Red Russian Kale. This was planted on 9/6. As I said, today is 10/11. I have Swiss chard. I have a few dinosaur kale plants. I use some of those in the top layer of my one green stalk tower. But as you can see, all these plants need to be put outside. Whenever I plant things, I've learned when I plant my seeds, like here I've labeled it romaine 927, Simpson 927, arugula 927. That way I know when exactly I planted the seeds. Yes, I do try to keep a journal, but if you're planting succession plantings, it's very easy to lose track of when you planted what. The seedlings are planted, hopefully with none of the weed seeds from the starts there. And they need a little bit more water, and we're just kind of going to let them rest right now because they've had a rough day being taken up from one place and put in another. But I hope you'll follow me, watch the progress. I'll try to make some videos now and then. Hopefully not too long from now we'll be able to see some growth. But I doubt that you want to see these same little tiny 2-leaf. Yes, I know they don't have true leaves on them yet, seedlings. But hope y'all will like this video and you'll subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell to be notified when the next video comes up.